FBI and ICE takedown elite, celebrity marriage visa fraud scheme. The flash of blue and red lights cuts through a quiet gated street where privacy is currency and silence is protection. Black SUVs stop without warning. Doors open at once. FBI and ICE agents move fast. Weapons low but ready, jackets marked with letters no one inside ever expected to see at their front door. A security gate tries to close. It doesn't matter. Agents breach it in seconds. Inside the mansion, designer furniture, framed magazine covers, and glowing screens show a life built on attention, admiration, and carefully curated images. Down a marble hallway, a celebrity influencer freezes mid-video call. Followers are still watching when agents enter the frame. The live stream cuts, hands are restrained, phones are seized, and an illusion sold to millions collapses instantly. This isn't a scandal. This is a federal takedown. The scheme no one believed could exist. To the public, these marriages look perfect. Influencers, models, actors, social media personalities, lavish weddings, exotic honeymoons, carefully staged couple photos flooding timelines. But behind the romance was a business, a high-end visa fraud operation built around fame. ICE investigators later describe it as one of the most sophisticated marriage schemes they've ever seen. Not hidden in desperation, but wrapped in luxury, lawyers, and celebrity culture. Foreign nationals paid enormous sums to gain legal status. U.S. citizens with public visibility sold their image, their marriage, and their credibility. Love was optional. Paperwork was everything. Where the investigation begins. The first red flag doesn't come from social media, it comes from an interview room. An immigration officer notices something strange. A newly married couple answers questions flawlessly, too flawlessly. Their responses are identical, rehearsed, and emotionally empty. They pass anyway. Then another couple appears. Same pattern, different faces, same behavior, different cities, same lawyer. ICE flags the cases. When analysts cross-reference addresses, they notice something disturbing. Multiple celebrity couples are linked to the same real estate holdings, the same legal consultants, and the same talent managers. That's when the FBI is brought in, because this no longer looks like fraud. It looks like an organized enterprise, the architects of the fraud. At the center of the operation is a discrete group of facilitators. They don't advertise, they don't operate online. They operate through whispers, talent agencies, modeling scouts, entertainment lawyers, lifestyle managers. They approach influencers quietly. The pitch is simple: public marriage, private agreement, life-changing money. Some are offered 6 figures. Others are promised brand deals, luxury housing, or debt elimination. Everything is framed as legal. Everything is wrong. Recruitment follows a cold, calculated formula. Influencers are never approached directly about fraud. Instead, they're eased in through lifestyle conversations, brand opportunities, international exposure, private travel, exclusive circles. Only after trust is established does the real offer surface, framed as a legal arrangement that countless others have already done. Contracts are presented by lawyers, not criminals. Risks are minimized. Enforcement is mocked as outdated and slow. The influencers are told the same thing repeatedly. This is safe, common, and invisible. By the time the word marriage is mentioned, the decision feels less like crime and more like business. How the fake marriages are built. This isn't sloppy fraud. It's theatrical. Each couple is coached extensively. They're given shared backstories, where they met, how they fell in love, how they argue. They're trained to pass interviews, body language cues included. Professional photographers stage relationship timelines. Wedding planners design ceremonies that look intimate but serve one purpose: evidence. Luxury apartments are leased in both names. Joint accounts are created. Utilities, mail, streaming services, all synchronized. Even text message histories are manufactured. It's not love, it's production. Interview preparation becomes its own industry within the scheme. Couples rehearse for weeks inside rented apartments, memorizing personal details they never lived. They're trained to answer naturally, interrupt each other slightly, even disagree in subtle ways to appear authentic. Agents later discover mock interview recordings saved on phones. Practice runs dissected line by line. Some participants are instructed to intentionally forget small details to seem human. The goal isn't perfection, it's believability. By the time couples sit across from immigration officers, the performance feels automatic, and that's exactly what makes it dangerous. The role of social media. Social media is the scheme's strongest weapon. Every post becomes proof. Every caption becomes evidence. Couple photos silence suspicion. Followers unknowingly become witnesses. Immigration interviews now include screenshots, tag locations, and interaction history. The scheme adapts. Influencers are told exactly what to post and what never to post. Arguments are staged. Breaks are explained. Everything is controlled. Authenticity is manufactured at scale. Following the money. The FBI doesn't chase love stories. They chase cash. Financial analysts trace payments disguised as branding collaborations, appearance fees, and talent consulting. Funds move through shell companies, offshore accounts, and entertainment firms. Marriage fees are never labeled as such. Money flows from foreign nationals to facilitators. Facilitators pay influencers. Lawyers collect retainers. Everyone takes a cut, and everyone believes they're protected. They're wrong. The first break in the case. The scheme begins to crack when a participant panics. A U.S. influencer, not famous enough to feel untouchable, contacts authorities through an attorney. The marriage was supposed to end quietly, but the foreign spouse refuses. Threats are made. Screenshots are leaked. ICE now has something invaluable: inside testimony. The influencer hands over contracts, payment records, and messages explaining the entire system. Investigators realize the scale is massive. This isn't isolated, it's industrial. Surveillance and infiltration. FBI cyber teams monitor communication channels. ICE places undercover officers in talent circles. Agents attend industry events, private parties, and networking dinners. They listen, they watch, they collect. Phone calls reveal coded language. Renewals means extending marriages. Upgrades means higher profile citizens. Packages mean visas. The scheme is alive, active, and expanding. What truly keeps the operation stable isn't money alone, it's control. Facilitators maintain leverage over every participant. Influencers are reminded that their entire public image rests on silence. Private messages, contracts, and payment trails are quietly archived as insurance. Foreign clients are warned that exposure means immediate collapse of their legal status. Even lawyers play a role, discouraging panic by promising protection that never truly exists. The system survives by ensuring that fear travels faster than doubt. No one feels safe enough to walk away until federal agents begin knocking and the illusion of control evaporates overnight. The clients behind the scenes. The foreign nationals paying for these marriages aren't all desperate. Some are wealthy, some are connected, some have backgrounds that should never pass scrutiny. Marriage fraud becomes a shortcut, a clean image, a fast track. Federal investigators realize this isn't just immigration abuse, it's a national security risk. As background checks intensify, investigators uncover cases that push the operation into far more serious territory. Some foreign clients deliberately choose celebrity marriages because visibility creates protection. Scrutiny fades when a life looks public. A few clients possess access to sensitive industries, financial systems, or strategic infrastructure. Their legal status, obtained through fraud, opens doors that should have remained closed. At this point, the case is no longer about broken laws alone. It becomes about exposure, vulnerability, and how easily image can be weaponized to bypass safeguards designed to protect the country itself. The raid strategy: authorities know arrests must be simultaneous. If one influencer falls, the rest will flee. Search warrants are prepared for celebrity homes, talent agencies, law offices, luxury apartments, storage units. ICE and FBI coordinate quietly. No leaks, no warnings. When it happens, it will happen everywhere. The first raid. when fame meets reality. Agents hit the mansion at dawn. A famous couple is asleep upstairs. Downstairs, designer bags line the walls. ICE announces presence. Doors open. Phones are seized mid-scroll. Contracts spill from drawers. Encrypted devices are bagged. The influencer tries to negotiate. Agents aren't interested. They've heard it all before. Multiple cities, same moment, at the same time. Another influencer is detained after a photo shoot. A model is arrested at a luxury condo. A lawyer's office is sealed. A talent manager is pulled from a private meeting. Every piece moves together. No one escapes. What agents find? The evidence is overwhelming. Fake relationship contracts, payment schedules, interview coaching scripts, divorce timelines, emergency response plans. If ICE questions intensify, there are spreadsheets ranking citizens by follower count. Higher visibility equals higher price. Marriage has become a commodity. The interrogations. Some influencers break immediately, others stay silent. Some cry, some remain detached. Foreign nationals are separated and questioned individually. Stories unravel fast. Rehearsed answers collapse under pressure. ICE agents document every contradiction. There is no romance left, only transactions. The public unraveling, news breaks, fans are stunned. Accounts go dark, sponsors vanish. Statements are issued, vague, defensive, carefully worded. But the evidence speaks louder. Screenshots circulate, videos resurface. Every post is re-examined. The illusion of authenticity implodes. The human damage. Careers end overnight. Families are dragged into investigations. Children are caught in the fallout. Some marriages had grown real over time. Others never were. Now all are treated as suspect. Trust evaporates. What this case exposes. Authorities conclude this scheme succeeded because it didn't look criminal. It looked glamorous. It exploited admiration, attention, and trust. It weaponized social proof. And it proved how easily systems can be manipulated when crime wears a smile. The homes are quiet now. Mansions once filled with cameras, stylists, and curated perfection sit dark and sealed. Social media accounts go silent. Brand deals vanish. Followers scroll past empty profiles where carefully crafted lives once existed. What looked permanent disappears overnight. For federal investigators, the case leaves behind more than arrests and evidence. It exposes a new reality, one where crime no longer hides in shadows but blends seamlessly into fame, influence, and aspiration. This operation thrives not because laws are weak, but because trust is easily manipulated. The scheme succeeds by convincing everyone involved that visibility equals protection, that admiration replaces scrutiny, and that legality can be performed convincingly enough to pass as truth. For those caught inside it, the collapse is brutal. Some participants realize too late that they were never partners, only assets. Others understand that the same spotlight that elevated them now amplifies their fall. Every stage photograph, every caption, every public smile becomes part of the record. The performance that once generated income now generates evidence. And beyond the influencers and facilitators, a deeper warning remains. When systems designed to protect integrity are overwhelmed by image and access, the consequences reach far beyond individual crimes. Citizenship becomes transactional, identity becomes negotiable, security becomes vulnerable. This case forces a reckoning with how modern influence can be weaponized, not with force, but with familiarity. Somewhere else, someone is being offered the same deal right now. A quiet conversation, a promise of safety, a life-changing payout wrapped in luxury and legal language. But the illusion no longer holds the same power, because the message is clear. When FBI and ICE move, they don't chase followers. They don't negotiate with fame. They don't care how perfect the story looks. And when the illusion collapses, it collapses everywhere, all at once.